So here we are for episode 3, Miami Vice. And they start off with the press conference for Lil Jimmy Powell after confirming that the severed finger that was sent to the judge was actually his. I feel like all 3 of the characters, Dexter, Harry, and Deb, are having their own little storylines that's coming up. And for Deb's storyline, she's just trying to figure things out as a young teenage girl. She's trying to hold it together. She's the only woman in the house since her mom passed, and she's trying to hold it together with nobody really helping her. And right now, she's trying to become the playoff captain of the volleyball team. And what she's trying to do to garner votes is to have like a movie night at the house. She's trying to get some blow, which is crazy, by the way. But she's trying to get that so she can garner votes from the team. I feel like these kids was having a time back in the day. Harry was not watching these kids at all. And I'm starting to see a clearer picture of why baby number 1 fell in the pool and drowned like he did. And I love how Christina Milian just walked in Miami Metro so fly. Like, she looked cool as hell. And Angel was trying to put on all his little charm. And she said, baby, I don't have time for none of this. I'm Maria LaGuerta. And where's my seat? She didn't come to play with them. Because the way she got in that office had the captain fuming that she was there in the first place. The way she clowned them about calling people NHIs and stuff like that and putting that in the paper, you know cops like to stick together. They're like, how you gonna put our business on Front Street, sis? And so she was coming with the mindset that all cases do matter. And I couldn't agree more. They were definitely dehumanizing people. Captain told Harry to watch her because she's a climber. And if you know anything about the original series, he's actually right. There was that one season where LaGuerta was actually sleeping with this woman's husband. She was like a higher ranking officer, and LaGuerta just wanted her job. So when the woman eventually had a breakdown because of that situation, the affair, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe LaGuerta got the role. And then she broke up with the husband that she was having the affair with after she got what she wanted. I was like, LaGuerta, you're as cold as ice. So now you got Dex over here doing recon for Tony Ferrara so he can take him down. And the thing that I'm noticing about Dex is he's really good at B&E. This man can break in your house at the drop of a hat. It looks like it's not a struggle for him at all. It's almost as if Harry taught him to be a criminal, or if that's how the police actually get stuff done down there. Now, we didn't see any of the training, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of training was taking place. Like, there's a code about killing, but there ain't no code about how you gonna break in somebody's house. Like, what is going on, and what did Harry actually teach Dexter? And I do like Dexter's character, but like, my thing is, Dexter could be a great detective, and he can actually get people caught up better than other people would. He could just not be a cop, and that would be fine. My thing is, Dexter will let your whole family get killed just so he could say, oh, it follows the code, now I could take him out. He's really selfish, actually. So then we go to the scene where we see Dex in there cooking, and Deb and her homegirl, Sophia, walks in. And Deb leaves them alone for a little bit. She goes back to like mess around in the room or something like that. And Sophia is all about Dexter ever since that fight at the party. Now, Dex couldn't care less about this woman until he saw that she was wearing those earrings that he snatched off of Nurse Kevorkian in the first kill. So he runs off real quick and goes to talk to Deb in the room like, you been going through my stuff, girl? He was like, how you gonna take these earrings? And Deb was like, what is it to you? And he was like, they were mom's. He was trying to tap into her emotional side about their mom. She didn't care nothing about that. She was like, I'll help you get them back if you help me get some blow for my party. And of course, Dexter agrees because he'll do anything for his trophies. And I'm trying to think about where you gonna get it from. Are you going to the streets, or are you gonna hit up Miami Metro's like evidence locker or something like that? So while they're at the table, Dexter is staying super hard at Sophia, and Harry recognizes it. So when they get outside, Harry's like, hey, what's up with you and Sophia? And Dexter was like, man, she got on my earrings, bro. And Harry lost it because he was like, you took trophies? Like, how dare you? You're supposed to be different than the people that we out here taking out. And I would normally be on his side with this. But I'm like, shut up, Harry. You trained this man to be a killer. You taught him how to get away with murder. So this is something you just got to deal with. And let's be clear, the little killer that you trained is out here gathering all the information he can on Tony Ferrara as we speak. Didn't even tell you about this little extracurricular activity he's doing. So Dexter went to a cricket match, walked all the way over, and was able to get close enough to Tony Ferrara to start talking to him. And then asked the man for a loan. Dexter's pretty charming when he wants to be, and he can actually not be so awkward whenever he feels like it. He's just less awkward when he's on the hunt. Like when he's trying to charm you, oh baby, he turns it on. But when he went shopping with Deb for the earrings for Sophia, he was back to being awkward. Now, even though he was awkward, they did end up finding some good earrings for Sophia as replacements. Now, he promised to get her some booger sugar in exchange for that help, but what ended up happening was he made some imitation Coke, and I hope nobody tries to recreate this recipe. He tried to go the legal route with his sister, which is good, because the team didn't even recognize the difference. So throughout the episode, we keep seeing flashbacks to where Laura, Dex's mom, is the informant for Harry. And I gotta be honest, I be on edge every time I see them together because I always think, is this gonna be the moment where we find her in the storage container with Dexter? Especially when she got pulled into the limo and she was being grilled real tough because her boyfriend had been popped, and he was like, well, how did you get out? "You've been mad industrious, girl. What's going on?" And then she got lost in the shipment yard. I thought it was over, honestly. And then she popped back up and said she got a meeting with Sonny. And in that link up, you could tell that Harry and Laura kind of really liked each other in a different way. And this kind of gives us insight to why Dexter ended up with Harry. I need to find the insight to say why Brian didn't end up with Harry too. When I say Dexter can turn it on and turn it off whenever he wants to, I do mean it. Because the way that he baited Tony Ferrara is crazy. He was able to manipulate that man so much emotionally that he ended up discharging his firearm in the same fashion that he shot at Renee, in the same way that Angel told him last episode. Then he gathered all the evidence and presented it to Harry, and Harry was like, "This is not enough." And Harry was like, "Why didn't you tell me you were doing all this?" And Dex gave some BS answer like, "Oh, I just didn't want to disturb you." Honestly, I just don't think he wanted Harry to stop him. And then Harry was like, "Well, I thought the nurse and then the job would be enough to satisfy you." And Dex was like, "Absolutely not. I need more than that." And then Harry tripped me out because he was like, "Well, Dex, I got to come with you on the next kill." And Dex was like, "Why would you do that?" And I had the same question because I'm like, "Harry, are you about the same as Dexter? Are you like a step over or something? If this isn't really you, you don't want to see this." So after Harry tried to pull that reverse trade of Doughboy, talking about,
"Doe, let me out,"
Dex was like, "Your application for the ride along has been denied." And honestly, Harry just keeps trying to inject himself in this conversation. He needs to let himself out of it. He needs to just focus on his job. Dex is just out here doing his own thing. Just check on him from time to time. And you already got so much going on at work because him and LaGuerta are working together closely and they're starting to get a better understanding of each other because LaGuerta actually found a witness to the Martinez case. And Harry is no longer using the term NHI thanks to LaGuerta. So they kind of getting somewhere. Meanwhile, Dexter's over here about to take out Tony Ferrara. And I was like, this man is up in this dude's house. He jumps him. They just kind of tussle around in the kitchen. He done let the man's bird go. I don't see gloves on his hands at all. DNA is just all over the place. So Dexter takes him over to this venue where he's throwing cricket balls at this man's head. Now I'm thinking, how did you get into this place after hours? And watch such a grand display on your second kill? I'm guessing because he's young and he already had Nurse Kevorkian under his belt that he feels like he can do anything. But this is a quick way to get caught. I mean, he's giving the audience theater, and all it takes is for one janitor to be walking around. So he ends up taking out Tony Ferrara, and then he goes to the normal drop site. He gets rid of the trophies and the body. And I'm still judging him for not wearing gloves, both when he's dumping the body and when he's in people's houses. Because lo and behold, he throws the body in the water. The gators don't eat everything. Nobody told him they had to clean the plate, so a body part floats up. Now, if you were wearing gloves, you wouldn't have any issues in this situation. But I got a feeling that this can come back to haunt you. And I know this is his second time out, but like we got to talk about the fact that he's not tried to be careful this whole time, really. And he's not even thinking about the splatter on clothes and stuff like that. You got to burn pretty much everything. And so overall, I think this episode was really good. I just think that some of the stuff kind of is a little bit unbelievable because I'm like, that's a little over the top. And I know you got to do a little bit more for TV at times, which is why I let some of that go. What did y'all think? Did you like the episode? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, share if you can, hit the notification bell for new content. Thank you for watching.